Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most famous, most enigmatic, and most valuable paintings in the world, the Mona Lisa. But we're not just going to talk about her mysterious smile. We're going to imagine what a modern, live-action movie trailer for her story would look like. What kind of film would it be? Who would be the characters, and what secrets would it tease? So, picture this. The screen is black. We hear the faint sound of a quill scratching on parchment, and a deep, resonant voice, maybe someone like Morgan Freeman, says, "Some secrets are not painted on canvas. They're painted on time itself." Fade in. We see a sweeping shot of Florence, Italy, in the early 1500s. The sun is golden, the streets are bustling. We see quick cuts of a vibrant Renaissance city, artists at work, merchants haggling, nobles in lavish clothing. The music starts to build, something classical but with a modern, epic orchestral feel. Our first glimpse of Leonardo da Vinci. He's not just an old man with a beard. We see a younger, intense Leonardo, played by someone with a sharp, intelligent look, maybe an actor, like Oscar Isaac. He's sketching furiously in a notebook, his eyes darting around, observing everything. A voiceover. His voice says, "The world is full of wonders, if only you know how to see them." Then, we meet Lisa Gherardini, the woman who will become Mona Lisa. She's not just a passive model. She's young, intelligent, and has a quiet strength. Let's cast someone with expressive eyes, perhaps an actress like Florence Pugh. We see her walking through the market, her expression thoughtful, almost melancholic. She's the wife of a wealthy silk merchant, Francesco del Giocondo. We see a brief, tense scene between them. He's older, powerful, and possessive. He says to her, "Your duty is to this family, Lisa." To me, it's clear this isn't just a happy marriage. The trailer then sets up the central premise. Francesco commissions Leonardo, the most celebrated artist of the age, to paint a portrait of his wife. Their first meeting is electric. Leonardo isn't just looking at her as a subject. He's looking into her. He says, "Your husband wants a portrait. But I see a story." She looks back, a flicker of defiance in her eyes. "A story you have no right to tell," she replies. The tension is immediate. Now the music swells. We get a montage of their painting sessions. It's an intimate process. They're not just sitting in silence. They talk. We hear snippets of their conversation. Leonardo asks, "What do you dream of, Lisa?" She answers, "A world bigger than these four walls." We see them debating philosophy, art, and life. A bond is forming, something deeper than artist and model. It's a meeting of two brilliant minds, both trapped in their own way, he by his restless genius, she by her societal role. The trailer has to have conflict, right? So, we introduce the antagonist, Francesco del Giocondo. He becomes suspicious of the long hours and the deep connection forming between his wife and the artist. We see him storming into Leonardo's studio. "This is taking too long," he yells. "What is happening in here?" We see quick cuts of him, watching them from a distance, his face dark with jealousy. And there's another layer of intrigue. Leonardo is not just an artist. He's an inventor, a scientist, a man with powerful patrons and even more powerful enemies. We see glimpses of his secret workshops, filled with flying machine schematics and anatomical drawings. A shady figure, maybe a rival artist or a spy for the church, is seen snooping around his studio. A voiceover warns, Da Vinci's genius is a threat to the established order. The portrait of Lisa becomes entangled in a larger web of political and intellectual espionage. Maybe Leonardo hid a secret in the painting, a code or a message. The famous smile becomes the central mystery of the trailer. We see Leonardo struggling to capture it. It's fleeting, he mutters to himself, a moment between sorrow and joy. We see Lisa, in one session, letting out a genuine, unburdened laugh. In another, a single tear rolls down her cheek. The smile is a composite of all her hidden emotions. It's her secret, her inner freedom that her husband can't own and the world can't quite decipher. The trailer's pace accelerates. Quick cuts, Leonardo frantically painting by candlelight. Lisa looking out her window, a look of longing on her face. Francesco confronting her, grabbing her arm. A chase through the narrow streets of Florence. Leonardo hiding his notebooks. The music reaches a crescendo. We see a powerful shot of the finished portrait. The camera slowly zooms in on her face, on that smile. Leonardo's voiceover returns, soft and filled with reverence. "I did not just paint a woman," he says. "I painted a soul." the final sequence of the trailer would jump forward in time. We see the painting being stolen from the Louvre in 1911. We see it being recovered. We see it behind bulletproof glass, surrounded by crowds of people from all over the world, all trying to understand its secret. The music shifts to something more modern and mysterious. The final shot, a close-up on Mona Lisa's eyes in the painting. They seem to follow you. The screen goes black. The title appears. The Mona Lisa Code, or maybe just, Lisa. So, what would this movie really be about? It wouldn't just be a stuffy historical drama. It would be a thriller, a story of forbidden love, not necessarily romantic, but a love of minds and a story of artistic creation against all odds. It would explore themes of female agency in a patriarchal world, the price of genius, and the power of art to transcend time. Let's think about the historical accuracy. We know that Lisa Gordini was the wife of Francesco del Giocondo, and that Leonardo da Vinci was commissioned to paint her portrait around 1503. We also know that Leonardo worked on it for years and kept the painting with him until his death, which is highly unusual. Why? He never delivered it to the client who paid for it. This is the central question our fictional film would try to answer. The movie would dramatize this. Perhaps Francesco refused the painting because it wasn't a flattering, simple portrait of a merchant's wife. Instead, it was too alive, too real, too full of an inner life that he couldn't control. Leonardo, in turn, refused to change it, because he knew he had captured something truly special. The subplot about espionage and secrets hidden in the painting would tap into the popular imagination. Inspired by books like the Da Vinci Code. While there's no real historical evidence for codes in the Mona Lisa, it makes for fantastic cinema. It would elevate the story from a simple portrait session to a high-stakes game of intellect and danger in Renaissance Italy. The character of Leonardo would be key. He'd be portrayed as a polymath, constantly distracted by his many interests. One day, he's dissecting a human eye to understand optics for his painting. The next, he's designing a tank for the Duke of Milan. This restless energy would explain why the painting took so long. But it would also show his profound dedication to capturing the truth of his subject. Lisa's character arc would be the emotional core of the film. She starts as a dutiful, perhaps resigned, wife. Through her interactions with Leonardo, she rediscovers her own intellect and spirit. The portrait becomes a symbol of her emancipation. That smile isn't for her husband, or for the public. It's for herself. It's the quiet confidence of a woman who has found her own worth, even if she can't escape her circumstances. The visual style of the movie would be stunning. It would have to be. We'd use the sfumato technique that Leonardo was famous for, creating a soft, hazy, dreamlike quality to the cinematography. The color palette would be rich with earthy tones, deep reds, and golds, mimicking the look of Renaissance paintings. Every frame would feel like a work of art. So, this hypothetical movie isn't just a biopic. It's a historical thriller, a psychological drama, and a tribute to the enduring power of a single image. It takes the known facts, the commission, the long creation time, Leonardo's refusal to part with the painting, and weaves a compelling narrative around them to explain the why. It would give a voice to the silent woman in the portrait and explore the mind of the genius who painted her. It would be a movie that makes you look at the Mona Lisa not just as an old painting, but as the final clue in a 500-year-old mystery. What do you think? What kind of story do you see when you look at the Mona Lisa? Who would you cast as Leonardo and Lisa? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'd love to hear your ideas for this imaginary movie. Thanks so much for watching and for indulging in this little creative exercise with me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the fascinating world of art and history. See you in the next one.